Wait, one second. Let me know on your phone. Okay. I'm sorry.
Can I get these pictures later on? You can just have the footage and I can get pictures out of it.
Sure.
Thank you.
You're the problem. Well, that one doesn't open, and that one shuts as soon as I open it.
What?
Trying to have a serious conversation here, Melissa.
I have proof that Michael Cera does not exist. He is a figment of our imagination.
So tell me your hot take on the manic pixie dream girl.
So Ramona Flowers is like a pretty basic example of the manic pixie dream girl trope, when like a cool quirky girl comes into the life of like a sort of like a sad, like disillusioned male character and helps his character development. So she's less of a character and more of just like an idea.
The idea of the manic pixie dream girl is like this idea formulated by whoever is pursuing them. And it's like you project that image onto someone. So in the story, she dyes her hair once every 2 weeks. Scott loses his shit. He gets like real sad. She's like, she changed her hair without telling me. And it's that idea of this inchangeable image that you have for somebody else is like, it's so gross.
She was this character that I absolutely loved when I was like 13 and 14. But I think that she and like a lot of other movie characters that embody that role are really embodying like the surface level like things about the manic pixie dream girl that people really like to see.
You know, she's kind of definitely idolized by like young girls who watch that. Like I definitely was like, oh my god, she's so hot, I'm gonna fucking dye my hair every month, and I did.
Every girl growing up does love their manic pixie dream girls, you know, and like in my case, definitely Ramona Flowers was that. Because she seems so powerful, you know, like she has like such domination over the men in the movie and over what seems like, well, it seems like she has domination over herself, you know, and like it seems like she like kind of knows herself, and like
having like that character as an icon in like the fucking alternative community or whatever is like, when you're just entering that as a young person, that's who you look up to and that's who you think that you should be. And it's like, because even in the fucking like story or whatever, like she is being manic pixie dream girl, and like, so like, you know, that popular story, like that's okay, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, initially I didn't have any problem with Ramona Flowers as a character, because at the time I was just like a 12-year-old boy when I watched the movie, and I was just like, oh, she's edgy and cute.
I think it's this way of like encapsulating the like individual feminist like girl next door sort of personality into this palatable thing that can be like really great and empowering for young girls, but at the same time kind of constricting for people who are actually trying to like live that life.
But then you get into it and like she doesn't have any fucking personality. The only reason she's in the film is to serve the men, you know, so that the men can look at her and be like, oh my god, she has her life together. She listens to punk rock. Who are the Smiths? And like shit themselves over how alternative she is and how much of a better person she makes them, because that's her only job in the movie is to make him a better person. She can't learn and grow and just be her own person. Like she has to be there to serve this other guy's need, and like that's not like fucking real at all. And
what's like so interesting about her is like her mystery, but like we don't get to see her as like a real person. Like she just comes and she helps him learn how to live. She's an enigma, so she doesn't get to be her own person.
Definitely, it's given like how much of a identity they give a lot of characters in that film. Like it's funny that she kind of exists only to play hard to get in relation to Scott Pilgrim, and that she doesn't have a character, but she just kind of exists as something out of reach.
Why is she mysterious and not developed, and why does she
literally,
like,
yeah, she's not developed at all, and that just like adds this like mystique of her, and like she's some like cool cool woman who like can't be found out, and like this is the thing, she is mysterious and aloof, which makes her unobtainable. And because she's unobtainable, that means that this like dorky main character guy can get her.
Who wouldn't sleep with Ramona Flowers? I'm just saying.
Do you just mean, okay, why are you saying that though?
Why am I saying that? Because like art, like the whole idea of like artsy, independent woman, you know what I mean? I mean, like, I find both those things attractive, you know what I mean? I get why selling Hollywood, you know, like using that to like sell blah blah blah, and like this whole like idea of like ooh blah blah blah, blah, you know what I mean, for the like male protagonist. Get that? Same time, I'm just into artsy women, man. What can I say?
Because he can get her, then that shows to all the little incels in the audience.
Involuntarily celibate, which basically means that you don't get laid, but it's not your fault, which is something that some like very ugly, and I don't mean ugly physically, I mean ugly as people on the inside, like ugly people have reclaimed to be like, we are men and we are oppressed because women won't sleep with us.
Yeah.
And like,
I'd smash the like pixie dream girl in real life.
Yeah.
But I don't think I would smash the like sort of like two-dimensional like person, because I mean two-dimensional people, like it's not attractive, you know what I mean?
They can get any girl they want just by like admiring her alternative aspects.
Snap,
know?
snap, snap.
I don't know, it puts a lot of like sympathy and empathy towards a boy, like Scott Pilgrim in this case, but just like it puts this feeling of like caring and like understanding towards boys who kind of just look at women in this way that are like just unattainable goals.
What's her last name?
Ramona Flowers is like almost like this like trophy artsy girl, because it's like this guy who's that's not cool. That's not cool.
Anyway.
But anyways, it's like this guy who like has to like do this weird like old Greek shit and like, you know, take out the 13 prior.
We're not talking about Scott, we're talking about Ramona.
I know, I'm getting there. Oh my god.
Alright.
What are you doing right now?
Okay, fine. Go,
Alright.
go.
I'm just saying that like it's this trophy thing, you know, this girl is like this thing that you win after besting these other men who are guarding her for some reason.
Yeah.
Right. Honestly, like I like dated someone who was like, "You're like my Ramona Flowers," and like I was like, I felt so
Red flag.
Like, I felt so like I felt so flattered, but like also like so not seen.
Well, I mean, like, you know, as a boring male lead in my own life, I could really use a manic pixie dream girl to, like, you know, push my arc forward.
Honestly,
I need a goal, I need a trophy, an object to obtain.
They're never there like talking through problems with the main character. Like they're not even like a therapist.
Yeah, as a damaged man, I need someone to come in and fix me. And then, you know, whatever, she dies at the end, and then I learn a lesson.
She just comes and she like helps him learn, and then once he's fixed, she just disappears and she doesn't get to have her own story arc.
Manic Pixie Dream Girl is just like a big long Oedipus complex.
I listen to so much Sufjan Stevens. I
think you're the Manic Pixie Dream Girl here.
You are the Manic Pixie Dream Girl.
And I just need someone to like come and just be sad with me for a little bit and just like talk about like Thoreau or something, you know.
Go out in nature. Go nature and talk about really deep
I'll put a fucking
topics.
flower in your hair if you want.
I just need someone who's gonna be on my level, man.
And
I really
attractive.
It is like really, it's like honestly like really hot. But like,
Made me a manic pixie dream girl.
Oh my god, I'd fucking smash. Like, she's fucking like hot. Like, I don't even know. Like, that was like literally
Is it like
what I said.
Oh, is it like manual focus?
Yeah.
So it can't capture my dynamic movements?
Not really. Okay.